Okay, so when you talk about annuities, this is a series of equal payments occurring in equal periods of time. So, same amount of payment at equal periods of time. So, let's say every month, every year, every quarter, with the same amount of payment. Ganun ang annuity. So when you talk about annuities, you'll talk about some representations or symbols. No, P and F symbolizes similar to what we have discussed before. P for present worth or value or sum of money at present. And then F is the value or sum of money at some future time. And then A is a series of periodic equal amounts of money. And then N is the number of interest periods. I is the interest rate per interest period. Okay, so A yung bagong nadagdag kasi PFNI familiar tayo, 'di ba? We've been using this. Dadagdagan lang natin ng A. Ito yung amount na equal amounts na binabayad at equal periods of time. So let's talk about ordinary annuity. When you say ordinary annuity, this is where payments are made at the end of each period. Okay? So normally, after one period, we pay a certain
CK.
annuity, amount in annuity, no? So, at a certain time zero, let's say, lagi namang medyo ganito
CK.
yung format natin, no? Wala, naka-mute kita. Okay. So, at time zero, let's say, at present, let's say, nag-loan ka or you received a certain amount of money, you borrowed a certain amount of money, and then you promise to pay it in equal amounts, in equal periods. So let's say in n number of periods, years, quarters, or months, depende. Okay? So anong mangyayari dyan? Okay? So we will recall the concept of equation of value. Okay, wherein, okay, anong mangyayari dyan? Wait lang, open ko lang yung ano. Nangyari. Okay. So wherein, okay, anong mangyayari natin ngayon dyan? Ano? Wait lang. Wait lang guys. And then nandito lang ako. Wait lang guys. May hindi gumagana sa aking... Wait lang. Eto na. Okay, sige. Gumana na. Okay. May mga nirestart kasi yung ano. Ayaw. Naglolo ko yung PC ko. Sorry. Okay, balik tayo dito. So, sabi nga natin, no, we pay a certain amount. Okay. Equal amounts, which is yung A. Okay. At equal periods, in equal periods, no? So, let's say, okay, we have a certain amount borrowed. We have P, no? At time zero or at present. Okay. So, uh, let's say meron tayong certain amount of A ano na ibabayad every period. So, para makuha natin yung P, finding P given A, Okay, ang gagawin natin is yung concept ng equation of value wherein we place everything at a certain focal point. Tama? Okay, so gawin natin lahat ng annuity, ilalagay natin ngayon sa present. Ay, nangyari. Hirap ang buhay. Mm. Okay? So ano mangyayari? Ah, so lahat 'yan, baba lang natin. Pangit ng sulat ko, sorry. So lahat dadali natin sa period 0, ano, para ma-equal natin sa dun sa P, tama? So this will be, okay, this will be the annuity, ano, pero we will get the um, okay, we will get the present value given the future value at a certain interest period, interest rate and certain period. Okay, 'di ba given tayo ng future worth dahil nasa period 1, kukunin natin yung present, no? Kasi lilipat natin sa kaliwa. Same lang din dito, A, P given F, ba't G? P given F at a certain interest rate and then and interest period which is 2. Lagay na nga natin yung 2. Kasi 2 naman talaga yung N niya. Okay. 2, ito 1. Wait. So, ganun lang din. Ito din. P given F at a certain interest. So, may certain interest rate tayo, no? And then 3. And so on hanggang sa umabot tayo sa N kung ano man yan. So, this will be a P given F N minus 1. Tapos ito A P given F I tas N. Okay? So if we use this and we get the equation of value at this focal point, period 0, ano mangyayari sa atin? Okay? So mangyayari, it will be P, 'di ba? Ito yung ano, nakuha mong na-borrow mong money, no? Is equal to lahat ng binayad mo, nilagay natin lahat sa focal point na period 0. So it will be annuity P given F, interest rate 1, tapos i-add lang natin lahat, 'di ba? Gano'n 'yun, no? 2, 3, then dot kasi yung susunod do'n ay interest rate n minus 1 plus annuity P over F, interest rate n. 'Di ba? So pag sinama natin lahat ng annuity hanggang period n, ito yung kalalabasan. Tama? Okay, so if we transform this, no, if we convert this, no, kalalabasan niya ay 1 plus I raised to negative 1. 'Di ba? Kasi from future, ginawa nating present, pakaliwa yung pag-move natin, no? So, ganun yung kalalabasan niya. A, 1 plus I, negative 2. Tapos plus A, 1 plus I, negative 3. Dot. A, 1 plus I raised to negative N minus 1. Tama? Tapos plus A, 1 plus I raised to N, negative N pala. Ayan, ano? So, let's note this as equation number 1. Okay? What are we going to do is if we multiply 1, multiply with 1 plus I. Okay? If we multiply equation 1 with 1 plus I, ano mangyayari? P plus PI, kasi pag minultiply mo yung P dito, di ba? P plus PI, no? In-expand ko na agad. Ano mangyayari pag minultiply mo dito sa first term, sa right-hand side yung 1 plus I? Parang 1 plus I raised to 1 lang din yan, di ba? Eh, ito, naka-negative 1. So, magka-cancel out. So, this will only equal to A. Tama? Dito naman, ang mangyayari ay, A, dahil may 1 plus I raised to 1 na numerator, ito magiging denominator. So, may iwan na isa, 1 plus I raised to negative 1. Tama? Tapos, A, 1 plus I raised to negative 2, plus A raised to 1, A times 1 plus I. Okay, dito na tayo, no? Raised to, dahil N minus 1, tapos may, paano ba? May 1 sa taas, ano? N minus 1, tapos may 1 sa taas. So, ano mangyayari? Pakita lang natin, para mas maintindihan. Di ba? Meron ditong, ibahin ko lang yung kulay. 1 plus I divided by 1 plus I N minus 1. Ayan na, di ba? Okay, ano mangyayari? How are we going to resolve the exponents? Di ba? Pag tinaas natin yan, anong mangyayari? Magiging 1 plus I. Pag ginawa nating multiply, no? Ibig sabihin, magpa-plus. Tama ba ako? So, magiging 1 plus negative N minus 1. Tama ba ako? Wait lang. Ang gulo. Delay ba yung sinusulatan ni Sir? Delay ba? Everyone, may question si sa delayed ba kapag nagsasalita ako? Tapos habang sinusulat ko kasi sinasabi ko yung sinusulat ko. Hindi naman. Baka sa internet lang siya, okay? Pero in case you have comments, let me know ha. Kasi sasabihin namin sa admin kung anong nangyayari. Okay. Alright. Oh, how are we going to resolve this? Exponents. Anong kalalabasan niya? 'Di ba ang kalalabasan niya, 'di ba ito, pag tinaas natin 'to, negative n, negative, tas n minus 1. Pag dinistribute natin yung negative sign, maging negative n plus 1. Eh dahil may 1 pa tayo dito, pag ginawa nating multiplication at naging negative nga yan, 'di ba? When we are multiplying same base, or when we are multiplying two terms with the same base, different exponent, we add the exponents. So we will end up with negative n plus 2. Okay, and then the last term, a 1 plus I raised to negative n plus 1. Okay, so this will be equation 2. If we subtract, okay, 1 with equation 2, subtract natin, so magiging 1 minus ito, 1 minus p minus pi. So we will be left with pi, tama? We'll be left with pi. Tapos, pag sinubtract natin dito sa equation 1, magka-cancel out tong mga 1 plus I negative 1, 1 plus I negative 2, tama? And ano rin tong negative n plus ito pag inina mo. Pag dinistribute mo din yung ano, magka-cancel out din to. Ano ang matitira? Okay, you will be left with pi, tapos a, ito matitira tong a, no? Minus a raised to 1 plus I raised to negative n. Okay? If we solve for p, okay, o p, I is equal to a, tapos 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n. Tama? And then, kapag nilipat natin si I, we'll solve for p, we will have a divided by I, tapos 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n. Yan. Or, if we try to multiply uh, this fraction ng 1 plus I, pag multiply natin sa ng 1 plus I raised to n pala, 1 plus I raised to n. Ang mangyayari is a 1 plus I raised to n. Pag minultiply dito, magiging minus 1, tapos I times 1 plus I raised to n. Okay, so p. So you can use both of these equations to solve for p given a. Okay? Equation 17 na natin. Huwag na tayo magtuloy-tuloy pala ng bilang. Equation 1 na lang sa Annuity. Okay? So that will be the formula that you're using to solve for p given a. Okay? Next slide tayo.
Sir, saan dun yung final formula?
Ito, itong nasa baba.
Box.
Wait lang po. Ano ba yun? Ito. Tada. Okay, guys, ganitong ang dito sa Zoom kasi naka-save lang yung annotations. Okay? Pag nag-next slide ako, kumbaga hindi siya naiiwan doon sa slide na yon. Parang yung annotation niya nasa board lang. Para tayong nag-face to face, nasa whiteboard lang, nagsusulat ako. Okay, pero don't worry, I'm saving the slides, no, kapag kasulat ko. Sasama ko na lang din sa ano, isama ko 'pag pinost ko 'tong PowerPoint. Ay sorry, puwede mag-base ng formula sa module. Gano'n din yata yung formula sa module, hindi ba? Paulit nga po dun sa cancel. Ay sorry, na-next ko na. Basta ang ginawa natin ano, Angelo, 'di ba we have equations 1 and 2. We subtracted equation 2 to equation 1. That's why we came up with the Pi is equal to A, then yung factor na may I. Okay, wait lang, bakit? Ano ba yung formula sa module? Alam ko same lang eh, hindi ba? Naka-multiply pa yung A. Wait lang. Okay. Saan galing kaya 'tong formula? Pero kahit anong gamitin mo man yung sa module or yung sa eto, 'tong sa tinuro ko. You should end up with the same answer. Okay, so sulat lang natin ulit ha. Or A is equal to 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 over I 1 plus I raised to n. Okay? So this, itong quantity na nasa bracket, itong factor, okay, we can call this as the uniform series present word factor. Okay? Tapos ang magiging symbol ngayon nitong factor na 'to, 'di ba, we write it this way. Tapos magiging ah, P given A at a certain interest rate and a certain ah, periods. Ano? So ganyan yung kalalabasan niya kapag isinulat natin sa cash flow diagram. Pwede natin ganito lang ipakita. Then ito yung equivalent niya. Okay? Okay. Let's go now. How about when we are finding F given A? Okay? So when finding F given A, so we have a certain amount of payments made after each and every period. So period 0, 1, 2, 3, ganun ulit. Tapos n minus 1, n. So anong gagawin natin ulit? So itong A, hindi na natin to i-move kasi katapat na yung F. Ano? Tama? So ang gagawin na lang natin is yung mga hindi katapat ng F is i-move na lang natin towards period n. Okay? So yung A natin, i-move natin dyan. So this will be A, F given P, interest periods, and then the rate. Then we have, ay n-1 pala yun. So, ito naman would be A, F given P, interest rate at 3 periods kasi nasa 3 sa period 3, no? Next, pangit ng sulat. So, A, F given P, interest rate, and period, 2 periods. Ay, hindi. Ano ba yan? Ba't ko kinokopya? Mali, mali, mali. Kasi, di ba yung layo niya from the focal point, ano ba yan? Mali, mali. Tama lang pala yung 1 kanina. Ito 1. Kasi 1 period lang naman yung layo niya, di ba? Kasi n-1. How about tong 3? Okay, papuntang n. Gaano kalayo? Eh, siyempre, n-3. Doon pala natin gagawin. Tapos ito, n-2. Then ito, this will be F given P, interest rate, then n-1. Kasi pag binilang mo from here to n, it's n-1 periods. Tama? Kasi from 0 to n, edi n period. Pero wala namang payment made on period 0. So given that cash flow diagram, F given A, so kung alam na natin yung A, we can solve for F using the concept of equation of value. Okay, dito na lang natin isulat sa taas muna. So it will be F is equal to A, di ba? Kasi nasa isang ano lang sila. Ito yung focal point natin ngayon. Plus, ito, yung A sa n-1, A, F given A, sorry, F given P pala. Interest rate, then 1. Plus, siyempre, madami pa yan in between. Pero we will continue with A, F given P, interest rate, and period n-3. Then, A, F given P, interest rate, n-2, plus A, F given P, interest rate at n-1. Okay. So if we okay. If we get this, ito tayo sa next slide. Try natin. Okay. So when we get this, okay, we interpret itong F given P, no? Using the previous knowledge on this. This will be equal to 1 plus I raised to 1. O wag na natin lagay. That A1 plus I raised to n-3. Okay, positive na kasi pa kanan natin minumove, tama? Okay? So, ganun ulit. We multiply. Okay? So, we multiply this. Let's say this is equation 1. Equation 1 multiplied by 1 plus I gives us F plus Fi. Tapos si A magiging A times 1 plus I plus itong si A1 plus I, edi magiging A1 plus I squared. Kasi minultiply natin ng 1 plus I pa, no? Ito naman, next, si n raised to negative 3. Ano mangyayari? So, magiging 1 plus I, magiging plus 1. So, magiging n minus 2 plus A, 1 plus I, n minus 1. Tapos A, 1 plus I raised to n. This will be the second equation. So, we subtract the first equation with the second equation. So pag sinabtract natin to dito, magka-cancel out yung F, matitira sa'yo Fi. Tama? Then you will have A, dahil ito yung sinabtract natin, di ba? So magiging minus A, tapos ito magka-cancel out lang tong mga pare-parehas hanggang n minus 3, n minus 1. You will be left with plus A 1 plus I raised to n. Ito na lang, yung last term na lang matitira sa'yo. Rearranging this, okay, magiging Fi is equal to A, ilipat na lang natin dito si 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 kasi negative 1 to. Diba? Tapos, rearranging pa ulit, sir, yung may raise to 2, di may iwan. Anong raise to 2? Ulit. Ito? Milanyas, ito ba yung third term, ay second term sa right-hand side ng equation 2? Ito? Di ba, if we expand this, itong ellipsis na to, pag in-expand mo to, di ba hanggang n kasi yan. So, pasok dito yung A, 1 plus I raised to 2, A, 1 plus I raised to 3. Okay? Sige, ayun. Sige. Hindi, okay lang yung magtanong para at least na connect the dots natin yung mga questions. Okay? So, pag ni-rearrange natin to, yung I ililipat natin sa right-hand side. So, it will be F is equal to A 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 divided by I. Okay? So, this will be equation 2. Box natin, sabi ni boss. Wait. Okay, save natin. So, ito, ang kalalabasin nito is this will be F given A, diba? Looking for A given looking for F given A at a certain interest rate, tapos at n period. Okay? So this factor that we multiplied with A, okay, we will call this the uniform series compound amount factor. Ito tong minultiply natin to. Okay? Sorry, save pala natin. Okay. So paano naman, 'di ba? Nakuha natin yung P and F given ng A. Paano naman kung A yung hinahanap given P and F? Paano kaya natin yung isa-solve? So, siyempre may mga ano na tayo, may mga formula na tayo, no? Sulat muna natin yung formula natin ng P given F, no? Given A pala. Anong formula natin sa P? 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n divided by I. Yan, di ba? Tama ba? Tapos yung isa naman sa F naman, F given A, 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 divided by I. Okay? To solve for A, sabihin natin A naman yung hinahanap given ka ng P or F. Okay? Let's solve for A. So, pag tinranspose sa, magiging P, baliktad lang to technically. Tama? 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n. Tapos sa F naman, A is equal to F multiplied by I, 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. So kapag ito na, ang magiging equivalent nito, shorthand will be A is equal to P. We're looking for A given P, I, N. Ganun din dito. A, F, A given F, I, N. Okay, this multiplied factor, we will call this the, or this is also called the capital, ano daw? Recovery factor. Ito naman, tong factor naman dito, sinking fund. Sinking fund factor. Tawag natin. Alright.